Got some new information for you tonight. A source tonight telling CNN federal prosecutors are meeting this weekend to finalize a potential indictment against John Bolton. Bolton served as national security advisor during Trump's first term and has since been a frequent critic of the president. CNN has reported that prosecutors had previously pushed back on pursuing an indictment against him, arguing they needed more time to firm up a case. We're joined now by defense attorney and former federal prosecutor Shan Wu. Shan, we all remember seeing the images of the FBI going in to his home and to his business or his office. Now we're seeing this sort of statement that they needed more time to firm up a case. Is that normal?
Oh, yes, that is normal to take more time. A case like this, high profile, high stakes, possibly involving classified information, you would want all your ducks in a row before you bring it forward. Now, they may have said more time here because they're being pressured to hurry up and bring it as part of what appears to be, President Trump's campaign against enemies. But I will note a distinction between prosecutors saying they need more time versus in some other cases where they said, hey, we're not doing it, there's no evidence here. So that's a very important distinction, not a good one for Mr. Bolton.
What does it tell you? Multiple sources telling CNN that the Bolton case is viewed by prosecutors as different than the case against Jim Comey, the former FBI director, and Letitia James, the New York AG, which, of course, Trump very publicly pushed his DOJ with Pam Bondi at the helm to go after them. Is there a difference in your mind that you see between these cases?
Well, it's hard to say until we see what the evidence is going to be in the case, of course. But given that they did execute the warrants to look for things, the search warrants, and those had to go through a judge, had to be some organized way of presenting what the concern was, what was the probable cause. So if you just look at that, it does seem that there's more there in this case. And of course, very serious charges if they involve mishandling classified information and such. But at least just on the surface, it looks like there might be a bit more substance, and certainly at least some of it's been previewed by a judge already for the probable cause, much lower standard, of course, for the search warrant.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting when you're talking about mishandling of classified documents because of what was found in Mar-a-Lago at the hands of Donald Trump, right? I mean, this is one of those things, a case that could have gone forward and hasn't gone anywhere, and now we're seeing this. Any thoughts on that?
Well, there's certainly a lot of irony in that it sort of seems like the Trump administration wants to charge people with similar things that the president was once charged with. I mean, Letitia James with the bank fraud, here with Bolton with maybe mishandling classified information. I think will be important to see is just how much it involves actually retaining information. And if that's the case, I'd be looking for a selective prosecution dismissal motion is coming from his defense team saying, hey, unlike President Trump, he was not given numerous instances, letters from the archivist saying, hey, return the information. There wasn't any attempt to sort of work this out before having the search warrant on his house and now bringing the charges. To that extent, if that's what's going on there for the Trump DOJ, it may end up only reminding people of what happened in Mar-a-Lago rather than kind of distracting them from what happened there. But we really have to see what the evidence is, potentially very serious charges and also potentially very good defenses.
Yeah, we will, like you said, have to wait and see, reserve judgment until you see the evidence, which is the most important thing in any case. Shan Wu, it is a pleasure. Thank you for taking your Saturday night to hang out with me a little bit and talk through these important issues. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Good to see you.